We just love to hear about the fact that these turtles breathe through their bums.
People have this notion of turtles with their little nostrils sticking out of the water and breathing, right? And when you say this is a bum-breathing turtle, you create visions of this turtle that goes around in reverse with its bum up out of the water breathing. It's not that at all. They breathe perfectly normal like a normal turtle through their nostrils, but they can also take in water into their cloaca where they've got a gill-like structure, cloaca being their backside, their bum if you like, and they can extract the oxygen from that. It means they can stay underwater for a couple of days.
Ian Mackay is chairman of the Mary River Catchment Coordinating Committee. The not-for-profit organisation works closely with farmers, and one of its aims is to give new generations of an ancient species a fighting chance at survival.
Got to get through their juvenile years because they're a good size to fit into all sorts of mouths like catfish mouths and Mary River cod mouths and all that sort of stuff. The Mary River turtle has no living close relative. I mean, it's incredible that it's down a line of turtle evolution. It's the only one left of. Luce or macrurus means an elusive turtle with a big tail because the males have big tails.
Sometimes referred to as punk turtles for the algae that can grow like mohawks on their heads, they require both shallow, fast-flowing aerated water and deeper pools to survive. It's thought Mary River turtles can live for a century. They take at least 25 years to reach sexual maturity. The Mary River Catchment Coordinating Committee's Kath, Nash and a colleague had relocated 16 eggs from Kenilworth to Moy Pocket, fearing the precious nest would be washed away in a flood.
And it was actually laid in a highly erodible bank. So we checked in with Marilyn Connell, our colleague and mentor, who advised us to relocate the clutch. So we relocated the clutch to a predator-proof cage, and Ian and Sally Mackay have been checking daily to see if the turtle have hatched or not.
The average incubation period for a Mary River turtle is 55 days. That came and went, to the horror of Ian Mackay and his wife Sally, who were caring for the relocated clutch. The nest was flooded by an extreme weather event that no one had predicted.
We were really despairing because the flood came up quicker than we thought, so we thought it was safe. And the night before, the water was miles away from it, and then the next morning it was up and over the cage.
You must have felt sick.
Oh, I felt horrible, yeah, because I had confidently said, we can move it if a flood comes up.
It took more than 10 hours for the floodwaters to subside. The eggs hadn't been washed away, but they also still hadn't hatched.
Just about to give up hope.
On the point of giving up, definitely.
We sought the advice of Marilyn Connell, and she said, never give up hope. And so we're very pleased today that we didn't give up.
And finally, 11 days after they were expected, hatchlings emerged from most of the eggs.
And these are definitely procrastinator turtles, we decided. 76 days, well beyond the normal 55. There were 16 eggs. One was infertile and one littlie didn't make it, but there's 14 littlies there ready to go into the river.
Farmers who've made changes to protect the riverbanks the turtles nest in gathered for the release.
Everyone in a position where they can see. We've got dairy farmers and graziers and many people that have lived and worked along the Mary River for many years and are obviously very passionate about protecting the Mary River because we want a sustainable and productive catchment.
Heading down to release the hatchlings, this was a day worth celebrating.
It's terrific, absolutely terrific.
A day it was feared may not come.
It's very exciting. These little turtles, they've been incubating for a longer time than anticipated, and we've nearly given up on them.
One by one, the 14 hatchlings were placed on the riverbank, making their break for freedom.
Off he goes.
Hooray!
Look at him.
It was a satisfying moment for Kath Nash.
It has been a particularly bad year, I think, in terms of, a lot of the clutches would have been taken away in the floods. So it really is a good news story for us here today.
The Mary River turtle is now listed as endangered. Last century, their eggs were plundered for the pet trade. Their numbers dipped dangerously low. The protected species is found nowhere else in the world.
It's great to think that this is a nest that would have been washed away and the eggs just would have been scattered probably had not it been rescued.